guys, Cody here. Yeah, I'm just out in nature doing some push-ups, doing some exercises, and I got a couple things I want to talk about, but I thought first I would do a few workouts and, take you guys along with me, and maybe we could chat in between my sets. I really want to talk more about the antidepressants, and it's been over a month since I stopped taking them, and there's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of new emotions and a lot of different things I've had to adjust to. And, it has been simple for the most part, but it's almost like I'm experiencing the difficulty now more than a month ago. It's weird. And I didn't really think that would be the case, but it's like, I find myself more these past few weeks having like really up and down emotions. And I think what it is too is like the universe has been sending me a lot of different curveballs lately, and a lot of different situations and a lot of different conflicts and a lot of different challenges for me to have to overcome. And I feel like for the most part I've done a pretty good job. But the emotional aspect of like day-to-day dealing with problems, I feel like I haven't really talked about that, and I feel like it's much more difficult. I'm finding it kind of difficult to concentrate really deeply, but I'm also finding it easier to concentrate in some areas too. And then I'm finding like different things that weren't really difficult for me this past year or month, really, since I stopped taking them, be difficult. It's really hard to explain. I just noticed different emotions come up. Like today I was at work and I was trying to like process but also ignore some conflict that I'm going through outside of work. I was trying not to take that to work with me. And like I always try to have a good day. Even if I'm having a bad day, I try to turn it around. That's a skill in itself that like takes practice. But I find today, the past few days, in the past week, I would say, when I'm at work and I'm trying to focus on my job and there's conflict I'm also thinking about in my mind, it's like really hard to get the job done, and I find myself with a lot of up and down emotions. And there's just a few other things, like I've put on probably 15 pounds, almost 20 pounds maybe, since I stopped taking the antidepressants. And that's really weird because normally people gain weight when they're on them, but I didn't really think about when I come off them if I would put on weight. It's strange because my appetite has changed so much too. Like I'm hungrier at different times, and I'm like, food doesn't interest me at certain times. So this past month coming off antidepressants, I've definitely lost some muscle and I've put on some body fat. But that's okay because I was thinking about it today, and now I like really have the opportunity to focus on like a cutting program and kind of get in a little bit of a calorie deficit, shred up this little bit of flab I've put on. Then I can focus on stacking more lean muscle when we get closer to the winter. So another thing too, it's like I've had chapped lips for like a month, and I'm using Burt's Bees chapstick, trying just all day. But that's another weird thing. Coming off the antidepressants has made me have chapped lips, and also I feel thirsty all the time. I'm constantly drinking water. I've got a big bottle right here. And then like that's another thing, is at different times in the day it's like I'm thirsty, but it's hard to drink water. It's really difficult to explain, but it's what I'm trying to do right now is just get back to the basics, because this past month I've kind of allowed myself to slack on my diet and training a little bit more than usual. I kind of figured I would put on a little bit of weight, lose a bit of muscle. That's okay. Don't let it get you up here, because I'm making progress. I'm a month off of something that I've been chained to for 5 years for my own happiness. I haven't been able to fully experience life in 5 years because I've been numbed out a little bit through the medication. And I don't want that. I want to feel life. I want to feel these ups and downs. God has humbled me. The universe has humbled me. I've lost some of my muscle. I've lost some of my drive and my gains in the nutrition area and all this stuff, but I'm going to get them back, but even better. So I'm not worried about it. I just got to get back to the basics, back to square one, getting my vitamins in every day, getting my daily push-ups, getting to the gym 5 days a week, even 7 days a week for the next little bit. So that's my plan. Time to do some push-ups, and then we'll chat some more. Mucky. Conflict is another thing in itself that I've found difficult and different and strange, because like I made a video on my TikTok today talking about a little confrontation I almost had last night. This guy, long story, if you want to hear the story, go on my TikTok. Guy I kind of walked away from in my life, didn't really like that rejection, I feel. So last night he was trying to, I saw him in my rear view from quite a ways out, but I think as soon as he saw it was me, he was on me, and he followed me for so long, and like, who does that? And it's like, I haven't talked to this guy in a while, he hasn't talked to me, I thought we were all good, like, I just don't want that type of people in my life, you know, like not good intentions. Like, these people don't care about integrity, they're not working on themselves, like, just bad energy, right? Well, sometimes I think they see something in us that just sets them off. And, you know, I won't get too spiritual or anything, but, you know, I think when we're working on ourselves and we're centering ourselves with the universe, we're trying to go with the flow, we're trying to produce good karma in our lives. We're trying to nurture ourselves. We care about our communities. These things have a way of offending the wrong people. And there's a lot of these kind of people out there nowadays. And, you know, I am pretty naive a lot of the time. And I want to see the best in people. And I feel for people. And I don't want to think someone would want to hurt me, because my intentions would never be to hurt someone, but I have to remember there's people out there that do bad things and have deep reasons of their own. And like, I hate that about the world. And like, it's crazy that there was a time where like you didn't have to lock your door at night. It's crazy there was a time where like, you know, you could leave your hockey equipment in the backyard. Like, you could leave your bikes in the backyard. You know, like your neighbor had your house key. Like, it's just crazy. And I don't want to get too down that rabbit hole either. I'm here to work out and talk about leveling up and moving on past antidepressants. And that's what we're doing. And I'm going to keep pushing forward. These things, like, you know, the difficulty I found in the moment last night, you know, the guy stopped following me when I put... so I just decided to bring you guys to a little bit of a more beautiful spot for this last part here. So yeah, beautiful. Can't really see, but I got a little pond behind me. And yeah, just wanted to say, like, hang in there. You know, you're getting into a new routine in the gym. You know, you're going through some changes. Maybe you're getting off some medication. Maybe you're starting some medication. Maybe you're working with a therapist. Maybe you're getting in the gym. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe you're applying for jobs. Hang in there. Do what you gotta do every day to get where you gotta get. Even if it's just small steps, right? Sorry, there's a dog in the background. Dogs are great. Dogs are the best. Anyway, whatever you gotta do to make yourself feel proud at the end of the day is where it's at. Regardless of what anyone thinks. Like, if you know there's something you have to do to make yourself feel proud, but it's gonna mean someone else judging you or not liking you or rejecting you, embrace it. I promise you, every time it's gonna get easier and you're gonna start looking forward to it. So, you know, it's like some people say, you can't destroy negative energy sent your way, but you can sure transform it and use it to your advantage. So hang in there, you got this. If you want to chat, reach out. Food for thought. Whew. Shit. Oh. That was a good one.